Hello, and welcome to the first ever Peacetime painting live stream. I kind of had all the gear set up for making videos and things, and I kind of thought, why not go ahead and, actually do a little live stream. So here we are. I was going to paint some Cadians. As you can see on the tabletop, I've got a Lehman Russ kind of half painted. I've got some Cadians that I've been doing in a very sort of traditional, let's get it in focus, is that going to work? I did when I tested it before. So kind of work in progress Cadians who are kind of, halfway there. There's other things on the table as well that, you can post in chat if you have any questions about anything like that. Happy to talk about any of them. And if we get a few people joining, I'll light the fire down here. And I've set up all kinds of little like widgets and things to fire off on the stream. Whether they're going to work or not, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of take you through what I'm planning on doing this stream. So I've got some primed Cadian. Come on, is it going to focus? It was focusing fine before when I was trying it out. Oh, there he is. Come on, there we go. So primed just with some white primer from Games Workshop. What's it called? White Scar or something? Something like that. And yeah, gonna go ahead and just put some contrast paint on them. Citadel contrasts. They work really well. That's Dark Angels green. I'm not gonna use that one. I'm trying to work out exactly the best spot for the camera. Is that the one? So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go for, where is it? Astra Militarum green. Just like basic, like Imperial Guard colours. Like nothing too fancy. There we go. Focused finally. I think maybe the text helps with focus. Something I noticed about contrast paints is they get this like, what's it called? At the bottom, like a bit of silt or something like that. So yeah. I've also added stones to my paint pots. You can't see them now, but you can probably hear them. It's excuse me. I think it just helps to like agitate what's in the bottom of the paint pot, etc. Just get it going. Yeah, it's working. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start off. I'm gonna kind of move my keyboard and things out of the way. Excuse me. Where should I put this? It's a really untidy setup, to be honest, but it is what it is. Cool. So if I paint over here, is that going to work? Yeah. So I'll get my keyboard out of the way. I got some. I tried to do a tank for the first time with contrast paints, the same one, Astra Militarum green. Honestly, I don't really like how it's turned out. It's a bit like, it's probably the way I've used it as well. I'm not like if you look here, there's all kind of like weird like pooling and things that probably a better painter would avoid. Down here the shading's kind of good, I suppose, but yeah, I just wanted to have a go at like a fast like contrast painted what's it called? Tank. Let me just quickly check something. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so right, let's cut the paint open, have a little paint. Oops. So, trying to do it without hitting my mic. My mic, which I've just realised has got a little problem. Let's fix the little problem. Watch, if this is a catastrophe, at least it'll be good, a good viewing experience for whoever's watching. This music's a little... What do you think? What do you think of the music, guys? Think it's okay? Oops. There we go. Happy days. Cool. So, on we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and get some Astra Militarum green contrast paint. This brush is very hard. What have I been doing with that? No idea. So here we go. Is that going to focus? Focus. I might move the camera in actually slightly, so that it's Not better. That way. Trying to get the spot perfect. Apologies if you're watching this like on catch up and just thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? You know what? Why not? Your time's precious. So is mine. But here we are. Painting some models. Cool. Might have a little go with a manual focus on it, you know. Keep it that. Yeah. Cool. Say hello in chat. Here we go. So yeah, just getting this on. Where are we at? There we go. Is it gonna focus? No, it's really not focusing well. This could be like a crowd participation thing. Do you think I should move up or down, left or right? It's really not focusing, is it? Come on. There we go. That's more like it. So. Just keep your focus there, little camera. I could go manual to be honest, but then it's like when I move away, it'll just put everything out of focus. So if you haven't used contrast paints before, you just want to be like kind of generous with it. Just get it on there, and like once you've put it somewhere, just like leave it. I don't think you should like mess with it. Let it just do its thing. It's like chemically designed to like make you look like a good painter, basically. So. Just let it do its thing. We're gonna have a bit more on that. That's probably a bit too much of my brush there, but you know, let it go in the recesses. Let it get the yeah, just help it into the little places that it really wants to go. Under there, we can see. I'm just gonna splodge it on. Come on, getting a little bit messy there, but hopefully it'll be okay. Oops, just elbowed my microphone, which I'm actually going to move a smidge, if I may. There we are. It's probably a better place for it. There we go. Now I can get in a bit more. So, I plan to do this for a couple of hours, but to be honest, if I'm like... Honestly, this camera's puzzling me. This camera's... If you look at it, you'd think, okay, it's in the right place, but then it's like, nah, you're not in the right place. You coming? There we go. Cool. Just gonna splat it all on. I should probably get, if I'm gonna do this more, get like a DSLR camera. And then, you know, what's the word? It would just be a lot better, wouldn't it? I think that's what a lot of other people use those DSLR cameras. But you know, I'm trying not to spend too much money in general on things. Right, get that in there. We can tidy up afterwards, to be honest. You just want maximum coverage on the model. Actually, kind of messed up a little there, but you know, that's okay. There we go. There's one little dude done. A little splodgy in places, but you know, that's okay. No. Yeah. Just a bit on the shoulder. I get that. It's actually quite good with that. Having the camera to use, because it's it actually really helps to what's the word? Oh come on, honestly. There we go. So it helps to see in more detail the bits you've missed and the bits you've not missed, basically. Okay, so that's okay for now. That's absolutely fine. Next. I'm going to put him down here with his buddies. Let's get another one. This is what we're going for, by the way. This is the kind of what the end result's going to look like. I'm going to focus. Yeah, so I used, I haven't drilled the barrels, apologies, forgiveness please, but I've used these really, really good, what are they called? Metallic paints from Vallejo. Honestly, these are like the best paints for metallic that you will ever come across, I think. Really not focusing, is it? Let's go to paint, there we go. So yeah, Vallejo liquid silver and liquid gold. These things are like magic, like honestly. I've mentioned them a few times in other videos, but I'll open one up and show you how it is. If I can open it. Wow, what's going on with this? It's not letting me open it. What? That's a kiddie box. What? There we go. Flip it out, honestly. That was nearly very embarrassing, wasn't it? So yeah, check it out. That stuff's like literally like look at that. It's really like shines like metal. It's very liquidy. I really like it, to be honest. Recommend these. They're very cheap. Even on Amazon. They're like super cheap. Next up is the gold one. These are really good. Like, I actually prefer the liquid gold one, to be honest, because it's I don't know, more shiny. Honestly. So I've actually had my car out in the -0 temperatures recently quite a bit, and come on, focus. There we are. And I think some of my paints have frozen, and then what's the word? Being affected. Let's say. It's getting jumping in the house. Alright, cool, a little drink of water, very important. Some people drink beers while painting. I actually drink water a lot. I've just put some random music on, and it's quite jumping, I have to admit. I hope it's okay in the mix for you guys watching. But yeah, okay, next on to the next guardsman. Again, the sort of test dudes that we're trying to go for, the look of. Where's he gone? We're basically going for this kind of guy. Whoops. There we go. So, basically contrast paints. The helmet is Dark Angel's contrast paint. The, what do you call it? His pants and things are Astra Militarum. And the gun is that Vallejo silver that I just showed, with a bit of Blood Angel's red on top of it. And then just flesh for the flesh ones. I mean, it's very quick and very dirty, but honestly that's kind of what I was going for, just like blast them out. Cool. Next up we'll do a guy who's got a bit more going on. I'm trying to find a perfect place for me to put my focus. Nice. I mean, is that a saxophone? Is that a saxophone getting played right now on the music? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put it on manual focus mode so that, excuse me, that one, yeah. Configure video. So, if I go camera control, focus, untick auto, put it on like that. That's getting a bit too... Sorry for doing this while we're streaming, but you know, hey, you're part of the process. You're one of the family now. Apply. That's how we're going to do it. we're just gonna have a blurry old table. Done. Cool. So, yeah, that's cool. It didn't switch auto back on, so here we are. Alright, keeping it there. Right, it wants me to have it really close. So, hello to everyone who's joining. We're basically going to paint some Cadians with contrast paints because, honestly, with COVID and like work and kids, I haven't painted anything for a long time. Like, a really long time, and I just wanted to kind of do something easy and just to kind of whet my appetite again, you know, a little bit, because it hasn't been over Christmas. I just didn't feel like it. I haven't for months really. I'm using this battle mat that I made a video from recently. I'm using that as my painting like table basically, because yeah, it's made of acrylic, like bathroom acrylic, so it's like waterproof. If it gets some paint on it, I don't mind that much. It's just like deliberately disposable. It's made using acrylic from a pound shop. If you got a pound shop nearby, you want to make a battle mat, go for it. Honestly, I couldn't believe how lucky I was when I saw them. A lot of American YouTubers talk about like dollar stores, and I think their dollar stores have just got like a lot more than ours do. What do you think of the music, guys? Leave a comment. I think it's a little bit too like, dunno. What's the word? In your face? Too vocal. Whoops. Oh, here we go. This sounds a bit more peacetimey. What do you think? Peacetimey. Honestly, this lens is really good for finding the bits that you haven't painted, or I haven't painted. How's he looking? A little bit on the shoulder there. Yeah, you just gotta let the contrast paints do their thing, really. Let them do their thing. Cool. There we go. So we currently have like 2 viewers. So I nearly outnumber our viewers right now, which is something. Oh no, I got it on the shoulder pad. Wipe with a finger. Wipe with a finger. I'll do it again with white on top, but you know, that's okay. Here we go. Right. I think we'll call that one done. I'm using these brushes from they were very cheap, like on Amazon, and I got like 7, I think, for like £10 or something. So cheap. Like, I used Games Workshop paintbrushes for a long time, and they're really good. Obviously, you know, they are the kings in many ways for a lot of stuff, but they're just so expensive. There's a little strand coming off that one, but put it in your mouth. Fixed. So like, oh, it's actually not fixed. Single strand, come on, get off. Right. Just some water. Cool. What we're going to move on to. This guy's got nothing on him at all, so we're just going to go ahead and black loads on him. These, I did a few test models and things of these, and to be honest, like, they're a bit, what's the word? They're in various states of paint, which to be honest I dislike. I prefer it when everything's like the same state. Do you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to change the camera again a little, just so I'm in a more comfortable place. Pretty quick. Properties. Configure video. Configure video. Yeah. better at that. Cool.
Just so it's in a more comfortable place while I'm painting.
This is my first one of these, and it's obviously not a fine art. I mean, it's not even. There we are. That's alright there. Yeah. Cool. So, under the armpits, on the legs, on the pants. Didn't get much there, did I? Just get loads of that paint on there, honestly. Get it all on there. Itchy nose. Do do do. Alright then, so we've got the contrast paint on there. That's going to dry and do a lot of shading, like by itself, so we don't really need to do much other than make sure it's covered where it needs to be. I think I got some of his boot there. Hopefully you can all forgive me for that. Alright, cool. Is he done? No, I got some of his cuff. Alright, sweet. Next. So my daughter is 4, but she painted this one with some contrast paints when she was 3. And to be honest, I kind of like having a few of these thrown in my model pile. Just like a bit of like personality and a bit, you know, a bit of sentimentality to the models as well. Because why not? Why not? Right then, finished with this, what's it called? Astra Militarum green with the stones in it. Wash my brush. Hello if you've just joined. Please say hello. Feel free. Right then, what next? I always put brushes in my mouth. I think a lot of other people do. When I was a teenager, I'd just have like these like blue stripes and things on my lips and on my pants and my hands and like, yeah. Cool. Next up, I think we're gonna use some Blood Angels Red. I've tried it on parts of vehicles before. This is one I haven't used it on a vehicle for before. This is like one that I've airbrushed. Oh, itchy nose. Airbrushed and then done various other things too, and I really like the effect that it has doing that. But for the infantry guys, I only like it if that's on top of like silver paint basically. So this is how it looks on vehicles that are just like straight onto white. I don't think it looks particularly good, to be honest, except for like here where the panels aren't too big, where it's just like, you know, it gets into all the recesses quite nice. Right. Oh, another airbrushed vehicle that I'll show is like this one. So this is one of my favourite vehicles, I think, in terms of how it's been painted. A lot of airbrushing, no contrast paint, and it looks great. I've also got a kind of cool base for this one as well. There we go. I'm surprised those rocks don't fall off more than they do. I think I've just used a lot of glue on it. Cool. Oh, it's fallen over. Oh, brilliant. Nothing's broken though. Nothing's broken. So next we're going to do some Vallejo silver for the weapons. And we're just going to cover the entire weapon in Vallejo silver because it makes the contrast paint just look so much better when you go on top of it. It looks really truly metallic. For example, here. you can see there that, you know, it basically looks like a real metal gun, and that's done with very little effort. I'll show you how little right now, to be honest, in this stream. So let's open it up. Is it going to let me open it this time? Because it was a bit tricky a few minutes ago, wasn't it? So there's all sorts of, oh, wow, honestly this smells, this paint smells, and it's really like liquidy, and it's really weird stuff. If you're used to using like Citadel paints, it's weird, but it's really good, so I'll accept the weirdness. Okay, another shot one. Here we are. Is that a good place for it? Yeah, let's just get it on there. Really runny, as you can see. It's okay if we get it out the lines a bit, as you say. This music's a bit much, isn't it? Might turn it off. If you want me to change the music, leave a comment. Sorry, doing some like admin there, I suppose. Music okay? Music not okay? What else is metal in him? Mostly his gun, innit? I've got his gun. Do 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 do. Alright. You know what it is? I used to work in bars, kind of shabby bars. At least they had nights on like that. This is the kind of music used to get played. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you know, what do you reckon? So he's got a like headset on, hasn't he? Should we do that? Let's have a go. Let's get that. Just contrast. What's it called? This metallic paint on there. Dries very quickly, this paint. We'll correct any bits where we've gone over later. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry. Under there, happy days. Alright, sweet. This music, man. Should I change it? Sweet. Who next? Do you know what it is? I've been doing this commissar, and I didn't know what colour to do his plasma gun, but just to get it done, because it's been months now that it hasn't been done, I'm just going to do silver and then some contrast paint on top of it. I think I've actually got Ultramarines blue contrast paint. I might just put that on it, you know. Maybe we'll do that tonight. If I can get this plasma gun finished tonight, this will be a successful stream. We'll have that as the goal. So his sword's painted. I think everything's painted that needs to be, actually. Like, strictly speaking. Let me just check something. Cool. Right. So next, I'll be quite happy if I get these painted, actually. What's he got? Need any silver on you? Nope. This helmet needs a bit of gold on it. No silver. Scabard, nah. A few buttons maybe, but nothing too. Oh, so the problem here is we've got paint wet, so I'm not going to put that on him. What I'll do is actually, on the one my daughter did, I'll do his weapon. We'll see how he turns out. So I'm actually just going to put it straight on the top and see what happens basically. Here we go. What's going on? What's going on? The good thing about washes and contrast paints, that like when my daughter uses them, is like, cause she's like 4 now, she was 3 when she was painting last, is that like they just go on and they make you feel good because they go into all the recesses and it's just like liquid talent, I've heard it called, and that's alright, isn't it? Why not make paint that makes people feel good? So do you know what? That's fine for now. Ugh. That paint, this liquid metal paint, because I just put the brush in my mouth after washing it, does not taste good. Does not taste good. And it's also, I think it might be like alcohol based or something. It just doesn't necessarily totally like water. But that's alright. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to base some. So, and it's going to be the most basic base you've ever seen, buttery biscuit base, because to be honest, most of them are kind of done-ish, and a base just like makes such a huge difference. So you can see a few down here. Well, and for basing, because I make a lot of terrain, I've got some terrain videos and things like that. I actually don't like to use like Citadel paints and things like that too much because they're expensive. So I actually buy like DIY paint, paint you'd like do your bathroom with or something like that. So I've got lots of sample pots over here, which I'll go ahead if my headphones reach. I'm going to grab some. So, narrowly avoided a bit of a calamity there. I'm not sure if you saw on the bottom right, but basically I've ended up with this on my finger, and this is like a bit messy. So we've got a bit of a situation, but there's some tissue here. I haven't actually got a lot of tissue paper here. This is gonna just gonna go and wipe my finger, and yeah, this is a sample pot just from like a department store. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Just a cheap shop where you can buy like, sponges to do your dishes with and things like that. And it's just a sample pot. I think it was like £1 or £1.50, and you get absolutely loads of it. And it's not terrible for like terrain and for bases and things like that. So here we are. Right, so yeah, basing. I find basing like really quite therapeutic actually. Oh, and you know what? I've just realised some metal here that needs painting. So, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the metal on this heavy weapons team, just for the completion, and because the paint is still being left open. So here we are, heavy weapons team. I used to have so many of these, good memories of these. So when I used to play against people a lot, 40k. I work in the games industry, and quite a few of us got back into 40k at the same time, and we were playing battles against each other on evenings and things, and it was a load of fun. And we got quite competitive. We were doing it for months, and playing regularly, maybe like once a week, and basically I was always bringing tanks and Valkyries because I was playing Astra Militarum. I had a Lehman Russ Demolisher, just a standard Lehman Russ, and I got to play one guy who I thought was taking it all a bit too seriously, and I deliberately brought all my tanks in that day, and I was showing people my tanks, people who sit nearby him, just so that he was thinking, Peacetime Painting's bringing tanks. And then when it came to it, the tanks were actually a decoy, and I brought 100% infantry Astra Militarum army, which I mentioned before in another video, purely because it's like the most hilarious 40k battle I've ever fought. And this guy, he was playing Dark Eldar, and he brought a total anti-tank army, and I tabled him, and I didn't lose a single guardsman. At least I think, maybe I lost like 1 or 2, and it was over in like 3 turns. It was so much fun, but not for him. And he deleted me on Facebook, which, you know, it wasn't like we were messing each other all the time, but yeah, this was like when deleting someone on Facebook was like big gesture. Maybe it still is, I don't know, I don't use it much anymore. But yeah, that's quite funny, I think. What a funny way to take a game. I've heard that like some like Warhammer competitive tournaments can be quite sort of toxic as well, which is a shame. I mean, even when I started like 2nd edition, like in the 90s, there were some toxic players in the shops then, I remember. But you know, I've always been of the belief that, like, you know, I think it's the saying in surfing as well, whoever's got the biggest smile is the best surfer. Like, I think that's the same with 40k personally. Enjoy yourself. Spend enough money on it, like, why not, like, enjoy it as much as you can. You don't have to, like, everyone doesn't have to be an absolute, like, eye-bleeding try hard today. Like me, for example. So, maybe I should try harder sometimes. Let's get these pliers out of the way. I was fixing my camera like 2 minutes before going live with the stream, in true bad judgment style. Whoa, this music's jumping in it. Maybe 2 jumping for a peacetime painting stream. Oh, excuse me, itchy nose. So, what are we doing? Basing, right, cool. Let's put that silver paint away, and we'll get my cheapo decorating green paint, which I'm going to use for a base. Ready to bang that gong. Yeah, I mean, if anyone, I think I've got things set up so that if someone does subscribe, like, I get a notification or something happens. So we'll see if anyone does or not. Nobody has so far, according to my screen. But yeah, cheers for coming and commenting, Adam. Appreciate it. Yeah, cool. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll just update everyone in the chat. I've got these Astra Militarum guys who are in various states of like being painted and not painted. I've done some up with contrast Astra Militarum, and for the most part they just need bases doing. So I'm actually just going to do some like bases with cheapo Wilcos if you're in the UK, emulsion for like your bathroom or whatever. You just did? Oh, amazing. Do you know what, Adam? I didn't get a notification for it, so I've got something set up wrong. Gonna ring the bell. I'm glad somebody did it. 2 seconds. Take these off. There you go. How was that? That was for you, Adam. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Cool. So that metallic paint is I think you need to use like alcohol or something. You're welcome. Cool. So I'm going to use a different brush. This really big one. This song is very. I've just put a random playlist on. These are not my songs. Wow, this guy's been heartbroken. Shall I skip the song? This guy's got some hurt going on. I Miss You, it's called. I mean, that much is evident. This is called Funky Souls. Here we go. Right then, let's paint some green on some bases. Let's start off with this guy here, because I think he looks the best of the bunch. So, there you go. with bases, like I do it in chunks. Like I divide the work up, so I do like around the feet as one job, and then like the big bit, you know, eating up all that space, and then I usually hold them like, so I'm not touching the edges, and then I do the edges like that. Adam says, love the Storm Raven, currently working on my own Death Company Storm Raven. Love the model. Honestly, so cool. It's so I got this for like basically bought it for myself as a little treat. I did it in Blood Angels purely because like as a kid I was like that's the first chapter that I kind of, what do you call it, like was interested in. I think they were pushing it a lot at the time as well, and I don't want to get any green on it. I've got green on my fingers from that paint pot, and yeah, I very much enjoyed painting this. I put quite a bit of effort into the cockpit, which no one will ever see. Yeah, this is yeah, I enjoy it. If you've got an airbrush, Adam, like you can get some really cool effects with it. If not, then you know you still can. It's cool. Yeah, I remember the Thunderhawk when it came out in the 90s as well, metal, and like not only was it like way out my budget, but like it just looked like so heavy. Just like what? Like it's gonna like you know my bedroom shelves are gonna come down if it's on there. So yeah, I also didn't get one of them. I think one of my neighbours made one out of like plastic card and things, and it looks kind of DIY, but you know, it's also pretty cool. So yeah, it's good. All right, sweet. Here we go. Just getting that. It's really thick, this paint, because I haven't used it for months. Probably too thick, but you know, that's all right. I'm just sort of saying to I was saying before as well that I'm just kind of doing some very simple painting right now because I haven't done it for months, and to be honest I just want to like get my groove back a bit, because my groove has gone a little for painting. I've kind of enjoyed I've been doing roundups of like subreddits basically, just to kind of get back in the groove of making videos as well, because yeah, just with work and COVID and having 2 small kids, I kind of just like, don't know, kind of lost the love for it a little, I suppose. Or rather, I've just had other things going on. This is not a sob story, by the way, this is just a boring story. But you know, everyone's been handling it in their own way, haven't they? If you've got any interesting stories of the last year or so, then please share them on the chat. It's a lot of people been going through a lot of things, and I think painting models really helps people to just like escape, and you can do it from home. So yeah, there's a lot of good in this silly little hobby, isn't there? Just trying to, totally doing it off camera. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. So, very basic, very 90s. But, you know what I mean? Hey, why not? Where should I put them? Put them down there. Going to do this Commissar's base. I'm actually going to add some water to this tub because just to revive it a bit. And I'm going to just do very analog, basic like splodges, and then stir it up. Cool. Yeah, so I'm a bit disappointed that my like subscriber button thing didn't work, but I wonder what the deal is with that. I'll look into that for the next one if I do run. Alright, it's a bit more runny. Tell you what I should do. Put my phone off and let me tell me. 2 seconds, sorry. Very rude, isn't it? Cool. Let me just get this base finished. It's really like when you're used to just like painting however you want, it's actually quite tricky to make sure you always got the model like in the camera. I mean, I know this is not your problem, and it's not like I might do actually. I might move my mic so that you guys can actually see my mouth. I think it's like a human like thing to like to see the mouth as it's moving, rather than just like hearing me. So I'm gonna move this mic over there. I think you'll still be able to hear me okay. Cool, so Commissar, bit green, very basic, but do you know what? Done. And that's all I'm going for right now. Just get these done. What I was thinking of doing as well is actually, because I've got these like micro bat reps where it'll be like a 50 point versus 50 point bat rep or something like that, called 40k face-offs, which were a lot of fun to do. And I might use these Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum in some of those, using this new battle map, so some cityscape stuff, and, you know, see how that goes. Here we go, this is very chill music, isn't it? This is a bit more peacetime. There we go. There we go, one more done. Sorry again if that was out of... what I like to do when I've done a base, just to make sure that the paint's not going to go on the place where I'm going to put it, I basically make like a soft pocket on my hand, and then I put it down like that, and I basically dab it off on the like cushiony material of my hand basically, and then it hopefully won't go on the place where I'm putting it. It's kind of worked so far. Alright, next up. You know what, I might get through these. I might get through these in this stream. There we are. Cool. Adam Carr. I used to know someone called Adam Carr. I think he did sound in like TV and things like that. There's also that comedian Alan Carr, isn't there? And like, there's a what's it called? In Lithuania, there's a channel, a TV channel or something, or a clothes shop it's called LNK, but the way they pronounce it, it's like Ellen Carr. So I was watching TV, or the TV was on where I was, and it just constantly sounded like someone was speaking Lithuanian, but then saying Ellen Carr, Ellen Carr. Which was pretty funny. I was tempted to take a video and like send it to Alan Carr or something like that, but he'd probably just be like, "Who's this? Who's this rando like sending me videos? I don't care about Lithuanian television." Next, these guys haven't had their boots done yet, but that's okay. Hey, whoa, this is a bit Euro. This is like Eurovision or something, this song, isn't it? I can just imagine some like suave looking guy coming out and being like, oh, 100%. This is like package holiday music. Yes. Nothing on the package holidays though. This is proper package holiday advert music though, isn't it? I'm just going to leave it on, you know, I'm just going to let it be. And these are all going to be lessons for like the, what's it called? The first ever live stream. Try and get the model in shot. First though. Try and get the model in shot. There you go, step 1, get the model in shot. Step 2, don't just put some like random playlist on, maybe curate the music a little more. because otherwise you end up with a package holiday music like this. Package holiday adverts. Come to Tenerife. It's warm. Yes. I shouldn't bob my head, should I? It's going to make my painting even worse. As if it could get even worse. There we go. Flying through these bad boys. Here we are. Eurovision. Eurovision winner 2004. What's coming up? That's right, it's the same again. Wow. If you got any recommendations for royalty-free music, pop them in the chat. We'll stick them on. Just so that the video doesn't get taken down. Wilco's paint pot samples here. £1.50. Whoa. I wonder how many like Golden Demon winners have just got like a bit of cheapo paint on them. Nobody knows. Bit of Wilco's acrylic. Hey, if you're basing stuff, use whatever. I've got videos on my channel if you have a look, like using literal rubbish that I've just stolen from someone. I say stolen, sorry. That I've taken from a rubbish pile outside someone's house. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Wow. This is certainly an upbeat little number, isn't it? But you know what? It's literally -2 or something outside here. It's the winter, we're in the midst of a global pandemic. Why not have a little bit of upbeat music, you know? It's definitely not what I'd put on myself. But, you know, you gotta let it be sometimes. Just let the holiday. What's coming next? Okay, a little bit of bongos. The timpani, is it? Ooh. Nice chimes. I think that's chimes. I'm not entirely sure. What do we reckon? Yep. Well, they're getting done, guys. Tell you what I'll do. I'll take the camera down just so you can have a better look. And, see the output. There they are, slowly coming together on a city battle mat. Oops. This is quite good to do little tours of my table, actually, isn't it? There's my crane battle mat. Got a focus. Love that dread. Love that dread. I totally dropped one of my big miniatures before. That'll be good viewing. You can scroll back and find that bit if you're into that kind of thing. Oops. Come on. That's not a model. Cool. Oh, hello. Got a nice extendy bit on my. Actually, that could be better. Could be better. Let's try that. For your viewing pleasure. Right. There we go. Coming up to an hour I've been streaming. How we doing? Everyone having a good evening? Say hello in chat if you're if you feel like it. So far Adam's been the chattiest. Everyone else just lurking. I don't mind, I'm a kind of lurker as well, to be honest. What's the next song gonna be? Oh, okay. I totally didn't have it in the right place. I'm really sorry. There we go. It's getting together. Cool. And the patented dab it on your hand technique. Gets rid of any excess paint. Do you know what? This grubby guy that my daughter painted, I'm just going to go ahead and put a base on him. I'm just going to let him be as he is. very basic painting. But you know what? Why not? Whoever's got the biggest smile is the best painter. Excuse me. Anyone been up to much today? Recently? I went sledging today for the first time in a long time. We've got snow here where I am. We never get snow in the northeast of England really. But where I am right now, we got some. And yesterday, in the sleet, in the rain, I was piling up snow so that we could make like a ramp for like me and the kids to go on the sledge. And what do you call it? I didn't know if it was going to be cold today, if it was going to freeze, but it did. And so now we've got this like awesome little ramp to like launch off. So I spent some time on my lunch break having a little sledge. Well, there we are. There we are. Is that right? Yeah. Having a little sledge. Just slapping this on. Cheapest paint we can find on a half painted Astra Militarum, dude. Because honestly, I haven't painted anything for a long time. Just trying to get back into it. Trying to warm up the old senses. Where do I want to like? Let me just work out where's best for me to go. There. Excuse me. Itchy nose. Get it on there. See the road markings for the battle map that I made in one of my recent videos. It's done using a template and a sponge. You just put the template on top and dab the sponge, and it does the job basically. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I might light the fire. Shall I light the fire? We've been doing this a little while now. Drop a message in chat if you want to light the fire. Put that next one down. Let's check something. Right then. When it hits, in 1 minute I'm going to light the fire. That's going to give all this paint some more time to dry. And that'll be all on. That's a good spot. This has got a lot of glockenspiel, hasn't it? Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. We've done the gong. Let's do the fire. Oh. Wash my brush. Tell you what I'll do actually, just for this section, I will make the big wide shot a bit. Let's make it bigger. Whoops. Not that. Move that other bit. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Time to do the fire. So the fire's lit. I set it up so that it kind of hopefully doesn't need too much attention. Actually, it's starting to smoke a little bit. Hopefully there's no like catastrophes or anything that happen. That would be good viewing though, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Cool. Where is... There we go, cut off. Alright. Well, it's already kind of looking good, isn't it? This is kind of some good Fireside like music as well. Little noodling guitar. Excuse me. Noodly doodly. Reminds me of The Last of Us 2. I should the fire do something. I'm just checking it's not like... Look at that. Nice little touch, isn't it? Here we go. Big bass. Buttery biscuit bass. I'm trying to get that camera a bit lower, you know. There we go. Is that right? There we go. That might be better. So let's do that. There. Okay. There we go. These are little refinements just to try and, you know, improve the stream for you guys, to be honest. I don't want to do a rubbish stream. Quite a few aspects of it probably already quite rubbish, but you know, we can improve it. That's why we do things, isn't it? Learn, improve. Growth mindset. Good book, that, if you're interested in books, or like, you know, improving oneself. It's called Mindset by someone called Carol Dweck. And it basically talks about how by thinking about performance in any kind of aspect really in a different way than what we traditionally do, we can actually alter how likely we are to improve our own, competence. And so, I didn't expect to be talking about this on a flipping painting stream, by the way. Look at the fire! Help! So yeah, if you possess what's like called a fixed mindset, and it does apply to this stuff, so if you think, I'm not a good painter, or I'm a good painter, that's a fixed mindset. Because you kind of, you know, you're saying that you cannot, nor will you ever be a good painter necessarily, even if it's just subtly in the way that you talk about things. However, if you were to say, I'm not a good painter yet, or if you were to say, you know, I'm not the fastest runner yet, or whatever, then you can actually genuinely, truly, quite significantly improve your own chances of getting better at things. And this has been proven in schools, like hundreds of schools. It's been in sports, if you notice. A few years ago, was it the Euros or the World Cup? The England team, football, with like Gareth Southgate, they were all like kids. There was no big names there really. And they did really well. They totally outdid everybody's expectations. And if you listen to them talking, they all were talking in the kind of language of this like growth mindset. Lost a viewer talking about that, by the way. I'll stay on subject. Bit of rambling while we're painting. Do you know, I wish cameras came with like laser targeters so you could see exactly what you're pointing at. Yeah, this is cool, man. Bit of chill guitar noodling. Oops. This is very thick paint, very cheap paint, but honestly, I'm just using it for the bases. I don't mind. I quite like this nostalgia of like just a flat green. What's the word? Base. Just like it's old school. It's like how I used to do them when I was a kid. You know, painted you could base green. No one asked any questions back then. Now it's all like basing kits and like all of that. Hey, just paint it green. Just paint it green. Paint it green. Understandably, I mean, this is not the most exciting stuff to watch. There'll be people painting all sorts of exciting things on YouTube and Twitch, and this might not be the one for you. That's okay. Dab dab dab. Right, one more. Is that right? I've just realised I was talking about maybe using these on this like cityscape, and I've just given them all green bases, like bright green bases. Pretty daft. What's this singer saying, do you think? Leave a comment if you have any idea. Duh. Duh. Is this like... Duh. Is this like for teaching the kids the alphabet? Dub dub dub. Cool. Right. So, let me wash that brush. Cool. So let's just give you a little tour of what we've done so far. Just noticed, I don't know what that is from. I've just found a random little bit of something. Oops. Oops. What happened there? Okay. So here's who we've painted so far. So basically we've got the Astra Militarum green on there. We've done the silver on some of them. They're all various states of like being done or not, and we've given them all basic green bases. Some of them are probably already dry enough to like take the next step, to be honest. Actually, yeah. So what we'll do is we will now do some of them who've got the metal weapons. You can't really tell on there, but that's very metallic silver, that weapon. We're going to put some Blood Angels red on there to kind of what's the word? Basically get them done. And I'm going to show you a little technique which is messy, but I think it ends up looking quite good. And that's basically put the contrast layer on, but then you actually just like literally with your finger like wipe some off. Let's put this paint away. Oh no, I've just got more on my hands. I've got so many like nicely painted like Blood Angels here, and I've just got flipping cheap old green paint on. How's the Friday? Fire's doing alright. Alright. We'll just check things. One second. Cool. So, next we are going to do that red. So, one Blood Angels red contrast paint. Here it is. Not sure if you can hear it, but I put stones in all my contrast paints because they get this like substrate, I suppose you could call it. Stuff, you could also call it. And it just, whenever they settle, it sits in the bottom. And I just put, you can buy like for money, like metal balls and things that are used for agitating your bottles, but I just got some stones from the garden, like not porous ones, and then like mix them right up. It still hasn't got that little black spot on the way, which is odd, but here we go. So yeah, weapons. Let me find a smaller brush. Oh, a little saxophone. Right, you need clean hands for what I'm going to do as well. There's a bit of green paint on there, so I'm going to wash that. And then, to be honest, I'm just going to rub it on my pants. Hey, don't tell me you're too good to rub paint your hands on your pants. So, I mean, these bases are still a bit wet. So maybe I'll just, I'll take you through what I'm probably going to do with the bases with some gargoyles. So, these are some gargoyles that I've previously done, and I've also given them that like idyllic like 90s green base, just because I love having green bases on stuff. Honestly, I think it's totally like childhood, like because I just painted bases green as a kid, and I'm just like doing it now. And that's just with some fairly standard flock on there. I didn't use a flock applicator for that. It's very basic, but honestly, flip and stick 10 of them on the battlefield. They look fine. Ooh, excuse me, itchy nose. Alright, cool. I'm gonna have a little drink of water, if you don't mind. I'm just checking a couple of things. Alright then. Cool, let's see who's got a dry base that we can actually do. Actually, I might take you through some of this terrain that I've recently got. So, I like terrain. I like it kind of more than I like some models, to be honest. You know, like actual expensive miniatures. And I got some MDF terrain to go with my cityscape battlefield. And this is not a particularly well painted piece, but yeah, it's I like it. I've got this entire modular like battlefield that is this stuff. Oh, there you go. And you know, you can make all sorts of like different setups of it. Let's try it. You see there, I've got like a crane and things, and all sorts of different walkways. A bit blurry, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's going to look good in like bat reps and things like that. Once we're out of COVID lockdown, you know, playing games with people and things again, friends, imagine that. Right, so here we go. Let's get some weapons done. Let me just angle this down for your viewing pleasure. There we go. So, well, that's good. Well, that's good. Well, that's good. Cool. So this technique, it's you're probably not going to win any awards for like cleanliness or difficulty, but you basically, I put silver on there already, the Vallejo liquid silver, whatever it's called, and then I'm just going to put loads of Blood Angels contrast on there. I don't know if you can tell already, but there's a lot of you can see a lot of the metallicness of the paint underneath it coming through already. Doesn't look like Blood Angels contrast looks on white, for example. So there you go. And then once you've got good coverage, just get your finger and just wipe it off. And it looks like a worn, you know, budget cutty kind of standard issue weapon, you know. That looks fine. Get the end done. That looks great. It's kind of like dry brushing really, but finger wiping. Is that a thing? Anyway, it's not the first or the last time I'll use this technique, to be honest. Works absolutely fine. Next, let's give you a red gun and me a dirty finger. You see a bit more clearly there how the thin contrast paint really lets the metallic show through, which is good. Good news. Wow, it's music. What's that called in music when they do like? Does anyone know? Any music experts out there watching? So here we go. Wipe with the finger. There you go. That one's a bit more so. You kind of get it. Dirty kind of standard issue weapons, and that metallic, that really realistic silver from Vallejo, it's going to come through and look pretty good. There you go. If you really can't stand this music, I apologise. I'm also not that into it. Just skip the song. This is also kind of package holiday music, isn't it? Next. That was called Atlantis. This is called Good Morning. The world of copyright-free music, producing some fantastic titles. No surprises. Here we go. Here's another one. And you can, if you like, not do the whole weapon. In fact, I've done a few where I haven't done the whole weapon, and it looks kind of good. You know, just like do the bits where you really want it to be red, and then do you know what I might do? If I rotate that camera, you can do an OSL. Hey, El Miniaturista. Wow, Juan Sanz here. Do you know what? I have done accidental OSL on a model, and it was it's a Necron with the phase blade, and I was doing like a color gradient on the weapon, and basically got some blue on the model, and it kind of looks like OSL, Juan, I'll be honest. It was close as I'm gonna get to it. If anyone's watching this on catch up or live, check out El Miniaturista. Like, just like one of the best painters that I think I've ever seen miniatures from, and I'm so happy to see you here, Juan. Hello. Do you like the fire? Got the fire on? Cool. Hey Juan, check this out. I'm going to show you a technique that you might not have seen before, called the finger smudge. It's pretty advanced. So you basically put contrast paint on a metallic layer, alright? Whole model, the whole weapon, sorry, and then if the model's dark, OSL is easy. I mean, I can understand why you say OSL is easy, but I don't know. It's like I'll have to try it one day. I'll let you know if I try it. So anyway, contrast paint's on there. Watch this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Take notes. Look at that. Who needs the dry brush when you can finger smudge? And once it's dry, it's not gonna look. That's not going to be the end of the world. Anyway, with a wash on as well, takes on the shade. Cool. Cool. Next, the pressure's on now that Juan's here. By the way, Juan's like much better than I probably will ever be at painting. But I appreciate it. What are we gonna do next? Right. Actually, I'm going to show you this one, this dreadnought I did one because I'm interested because I'm quite proud of it. So it's a Redemptor Dread, and I think it's quite nice. Ooh. The missiles are a bit messy, but the rest of it, I think I did that okay. What do you think? Any improvements? 10 years painting. Well, yeah. I started painting in like when I was a kid, basically, and I don't know if I'm older than you, but this was like in the 90s. So yeah. I mean, if we from start to finish, probably longer, but I had a big break in the middle. I hadn't. Cool. Gonna have a little drink of water. Wow, there's music. What do you think of the music, El Miniaturista? Think it's too much? Right. So next, I think I'm going to do something on these guys. I'm going to put some gold on the. I'm going to put some gold on the Aquilas on the helmets. Ah, same as you. There you go. Okay, the music's fine. That's good. Glad to hear it. So I'm going to put some little gold Aquilas on the helmets. So I don't know if I'm interested. I don't know if this is a paint that you like or you use, but for me, this is like the best metallic paint that I think I've ever like used. It's much better than any Citadel stuff that I've come across. Super runny. Super difficult to get open sometimes. Look, it's like real liquid gold, and it's cheap as well. I got it on Amazon, like £3 or £4. I'm not sure that is in euros, but yeah, super cheap. Oh, honestly, paint sometimes not good for your back, is it? Make sure you stretch, guys. Could do like a workout stream. Yeah. Is there any other good ones that you think anyone should check out? But yeah, after years and years of using like Citadel paints, because you know I was painting Citadel miniatures, you're buying stain stuff that's in the shop. Vallejo paints I think are really good, and I think it's important for other companies to kind of challenge Games Workshop by making really good products. You know, that is isopropanol solvent. Yeah, I think it is. That's why it's sticking to my brushes badly when I'm trying to wash it with water. I actually don't have any isopropanol where I am, so if you just use loads and loads of water under a tap, it does come off, but it's not perfect. I've also I've used rum before, white rum, so you can have a drink and you can also. That's the word. Do you lick your brushes as well? Cool. So, little hats. Little hats with little eagles on them. Let's bring that down. So, a tiny little bit. Come on, camera, yeah. Something that I find with this paint is, wow, look at that brush, it's totally just like all over the place. It doesn't last for long in the best. Ah, right, okay. So that's a good point. I was just saying before that actually I've had my paints out of my car in like -3. So it's probably affected some of them, to be honest. I'm surprised none of them are frozen actually. That's the coldest I've been in for a long time, and probably the coldest I've been in since I've been like in the French Alps, like snowboarding. Here we are. Pressure's on. We've got Juan Sanz here. Don't mess it up. Ah, I've got to use a synthetic brush. That makes sense. I'm not sure if these are synthetic or not. These are super cheap on Amazon. Got like loads of them for like £10. And does me okay. Where am I looking? There you go. Honestly, this brush is really frayed actually. I mean, it's a cheap brush, isn't it? I'm looking around and I can't see my other brushes anywhere, so this is gonna have to do really. Come on, little point, there we go. So I added like a widget to the stream so that if someone subscribes, it should notify me. But if someone subscribed before, it didn't work. So if anyone subscribes, let me know, and I'll go and hit the gong. I'm not sure how well this mic will pick it up, but you know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Not every day you have a gong on stream. Here we go, this is like a relaxing guitar song. It's a bit more up my street. I should probably rotate that camera and then you can see the model the right way up. You know? Maybe I'll do that. Can I rotate it? Let me rotate it. Let me have a little fiddle with this, guys. Transform. That was the wrong thing to rotate. Not supposed to do this when people are watching, are you? This is very unprofessional. Please forgive. Please forgive. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Just need to rotate our frame as well. Learning on the job here, guys. Learning on the job. Webcam. Bring it over. That's it. Okay. Tell you what, I'm just going to turn that. There we go. So, this should work out better. Yeah. Then the guy's actually the right way up. Cool. No worries. Thank you for visiting, Juan, and keep up the good, amazing painting. If anyone else is watching, check out El Miniaturista. Just like ridiculous painting. Ridiculous. Have a good evening. Fire still going? Yeah. I'm getting some nice warmth on my back as well, which is nice. Who else needs a Aquila on there? There we go. Cheers. Quite tricky with this brush because it's basically, not sure if you can make it out, but it's actually frayed to like 3 ends, which is really not ideal. But you know, we make do, don't we? We make do. A bit more on this one. Oh, my back. Bad for this hobby, isn't it? In some ways. Do 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 do. Cool. I think I'm going to put some wash on that rock on his base just to get some detail there. And I'm also going to use the blue, what's it called, contrast plate on there, just so that's done. Next, this guy's probably okay done. He needs helmet gold. So let's do it. Helmet gold. This is very chill music, isn't it? A lot more chill than what's been on for a lot of it. Chill vibes. You're tuned into chill vibes. Peacetime, baby. So, what next? To wash. Yeah. Apparently, you need isopropyl alcohol to really wash that, but we'll be okay, I think. So, next up, we've got the Commissar. Yeah. Okay, what, if I move that right down, really close down. Maybe I paint miniatures like very low down. Maybe that's like my thing. Painter. Let me just find some contrast blue. Move that across to there. There we go. Is that doing okay? We'll make that a bit bigger. Yeah, that's alright there. I can make me bigger. There we go. Fiddling round, live on stream. There we go. Pretty simple. So what I'm going to do here is put the contrast paint on the plasma pistol here, and then should be able to wipe it off, and it'll leave a fairly okay, like, what's the word, effect behind. I didn't realise that if I want to do more streams, I'm actually running out of models at the minute to paint. So I need to buy some more models. Any excuse. So goes on very dark, this. Kind of darker than I want it to. But I'm just going for the paint here. I don't really want the I'm not going for a glow, like plasma glow or anything. I just want to give him a blue pistol basically. And then I'm going to go for my painted finger rub. There you go. So now that we're here, I might do some flesh tones. So lie down, you see. I might go ahead and do the flesh tones. Then his boots. He's got very grubby looking boots with some grey wash on them. Alright, let me find what we got. Not sure what flesh colours I have with me. What we got? I accidentally bought some gloss flesh shades not long ago, and honestly, like, what are gloss flesh shades for? Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some Reichland Earth shade. Oh, sorry, what's it called? Reichland flesh shade on his little face. Do it right. That's right, Mr. Singer. Normally you do this on top of a flesh tone, but honestly you can just put a flesh shade straight on. That's absolutely fine. Oops. I'm actually going to go ahead and add more, just with the Spriteland flesh shade, just to the rest of the model actually, just to bring some more shade to other areas where there might not be a huge amount. You can do this like as much as you like, to be honest. Like, the extra shade really helps, I think. Like the belt, I have to do some. Don't see it right on flesh shade used a lot on blades, but you know that can add to that like dirtiness in the blade a little bit. Looks alright, doesn't it? Seen worse. That's for sure. Use the finger just to dab away any excess. What else could do some shade? Do some shade. Boots. Let's try some on the boots, eh? See what happens. They've already got some grey on there, which I think is just the normal oil, I think it is, just from above. Areas in the back could do with a lot of shade. Like, just add some in there. Some on there. It's okay if it gets in the metal as well. Like I said before, just adds the kind of grubbiness a bit. What else? Should I do epaulets? Are they epaulets? They're similar to epaulets. They're on the shoulder, aren't they? There's some heartbreak going on in the song. I think I'll skip it. Some of these songs are a bit too much. This was No Prayers. This one's called Spiral. Welcome to the world of copyright-free music for streams. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. It's a bit more peacetime, isn't it? I may regret putting shade on those bits, but let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Just burn the whole thing and then I can take it away. Put some on the hat. Yeah, let's give it like give it a leathery look. Get rid of the bubbles. See how it just goes in those folds, man, like washes are so good. Some spots here. Get that covered. Washes save the day. He doesn't look terrible, does he? Put a bit more wash on him. Right in the cheek. Some of that. How we do? Does he look alright? I feel like the gun looks a bit disappointing. The gun's a bit of a cop out, isn't it? But you know, never mind. Okay. What about this guy? Some brown leather. There's boots. Let's get them on there. Pretty primitive. What are we going to do? I'm going to do another 15 minutes. So it's a 2-hour stream. close this paint off as well, actually. Got my gold paint open. It closed. Follow liquid gold. Recommend. Very much recommend. I might get a bit closer actually. There you go. So, give them some. I'm just using Reichland flesh here just to give people leather stuff. It's very, very simple. Just let the model do the work, really. I always think it looks a bit like old boots. Oops, I just paint the lens. No, I just hit it. Pull out the slide just so it looks. So you got something else to look at. Actually, it doesn't really work, does it? Not really work. No. Oops. Actually dropping my miniatures here. Getting that leather done. Put it all on there. Just want to get these rank and file guys just out the way, to be honest. Yeah. Do some flesh tones for this guy as well, I think. I will touch that up after. I'm aware I'm giving them the same tone for the hair as for the. Get that off his headset. And my finger. Use your fingers a lot for painting, guys. Don't know. It's one of the best tools. Been using them for millions of years. Now we can use them to take paint off our models. Honestly, my back. It's kind of hurting. There we go. Getting there. Getting through them slowly. Kind of forgotten where I'm putting them after I've done them, to be honest. I should have probably done the bases green after doing this stage, to be honest. But you know, that's alright. Did this guy do some grenades in his hand? Again, using the finger just to smudge away on the excess. Here we go, I'm going to finish off these guys, I think. Just like using loads of, let's wash now. I said before, we put some wash on the weapons after doing the, what's it called? Contrast coat. Yeah, let's just blat it on. Let's get done. Get these guys finished. Done. Mostly done. This guy next to him. At the end, I'll show all the models together that we've just done today. Oh, I've forgotten to do this guy's weapon. Always happens, doesn't it? Always happens. It's an interesting song, isn't it? It's a funny song, isn't it? What's that about? So what now? I'm going to use what's it called? That black shade, null oil, to basically, well, first off, to basically get the rock below his feet, to bring a bit of detail out there, and also on people's weapons and things, to bring out some detail there. So we've got this heavy weapons team with that silver on it. That's going to look a lot better with a bit of null oil on it. So let's look for some. In the absence of finding it, actually I've just found it. Cool. So here it is. Null oil. Just a straight black shade. Sometimes get the feeling it's got a bit of blueness to it, which is not a complaint at all. It's just an observation, really. What this is going to do is just going to get in all the recesses there. Excuse me, and it's just going to basically, hopefully, finish this piece off, because I'm kind of sick of painting them. And yeah, some of this music, guys. I mean, I appreciate people letting their music be used royalty free, but ooh, lordy. It's better than I could do, though, to be fair. So that's kind of done there. I'm going to put some on this chain as well, just to bring some of that detail do its best work. What else? Looking okay for the camera, yeah. What else could do some black? Maybe through here, a bit of shade through that. Some of his trousers. bring that blue out a bit more. Around the back, what we got? This could do some. Put some shade on that, and then I'm going to take some away with my finger. Haha! Genius. Welcome to the stream to people who've just joined. How are you doing? It's a quiet one. But that's okay. Cool. Annoyingly, I've left a bit of like sprue on the sword, which you can really see with this camera. That's kind of there. The brilliant whites just really jump out at you as like unpainted sometimes. So yeah, okay. Happy with him having a white cuff there. That's kind of what I wanted. Looks like he doesn't really get his hands dirty, you know. Little button there. Ooh, that's a cool sounding track. Bit Blade Runner-y. Cool. Next, who we got? Put these guys here. And try and sort of line them up. So this guy, so his weapon is going to really benefit from having some on here. I'm just going to pop it in there. Hopefully these other paints are dry right now because we're going to do this. And you can see how this really finishes off the gun. So before we did it with the silver and then the red contrast paint, but now this stage really brings a lot of like detail out. You know, like I was saying before, you let the model do the hard work. That's what you're doing. Let the geometry lead the shade and make things look good. Better than we could ever do, probably. Just get a bit on there. Move away the finger a bit. Still looks grubby even after you rub it, but that's okay. To be honest, yeah, non-oil's not the best for those helmets, but that's alright. I've seen worse minis than that. Next, need to wrap things up a little. Oh, my back is absolutely howling. So his grenade launcher could do with a little bit of shade as well, just to bring that geometry out. There we go. There we go. It's helping. Certainly helping. That's a bit too much on the top there. That's okay, because we're going to rub it off with our lowly fingers. Next. Got this guy. So this is a weapon that we've totally done during this stream. So here, as well as the other one, we can see the start to finish effect. How's the fire doing behind me? Still going? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. His headset could do with a little shade, just to really bring it out versus his head. So that's what we'll do. Go. In battles I've had a lot of fun actually with grenade launcher, just guardsmen. If they get a crack grenade hitting something, it's good times. I've had I used to love playing Imperial Guard. A lot. So Null oil wash is just absolutely fantastic for this. So we just get it all in there, even on the blade, and then just give it a wipe off. Let those high points sing. Forgot to do his boots, didn't I? What a silly sausage. Just for rank and file guardsmen, just do stuff like this, it's fine. More Euro holiday music. Brilliant. Royalty free music. Oh, not even in shot, is it? There we go. I might just leave him like that, you know. Just some big white under his chin. You can really see that through there. It's weird because I can't see it with my eyes, but when you see it on the camera, on the screen, it like really jumps out. Okay, I think I'm just going to finish off these guys in my own time. Thanks a lot if you've been watching. This will be my first ever stream. It's been not without its problems. If you'd like to see any improvements or anything changed in any further streams, then leave a comment, let me know. If not, then that's all good. Right, thanks a lot for watching Peacetime Painting, and enjoy your day or evening, whatever.